Hey y'all, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to achieve this eye look using the Cat's Pajamas palette by Laura Lee. I just recently did a review on this palette and I mentioned in that video that I was going to be using a different thing to bring the shimmer shade out, so I'm going to be using that today in this video. Before we get going with the video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of my videos I post during the week. And if you want to know how I got this eye look using the Cat's Pajamas palette, just keep on watching. So I've already primed my eyes using the Put a Lid on It by the BALM primer. And then over that I also put the Naked Skin Urban Decay Concealer, and then I set it with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Tinted Skin Blurring Finishing Powder. That was a lot to say. So in Sunday's video I mentioned using a different shimmer shade and also using my NYX glitter glue to do that, just to see how well it applies from the Fix Plus. And for those of you who don't have setting sprays that you like to use for your eyeshadows, maybe the NYX glitter glue would be good for this palette. I'll start out with Balm Diggity and I'll focus that as a transition shade. And I'll be using my NYX fluffy brush to do that. Next I'm going to be going in with Kooky. And I'm going to be using my Glamour Dolls brush and focus that on my outer V and bring it into my crease as well, slightly below the transition shade. So next I'll be going in with this shade Out the Other. And I'm going to be using my Unique Deluxe brush and I'll be packing that on the lid. These shadows blend so good. I failed to mention this in Sunday's video. I only had to pick up each shade once when applying it to my eye. That's pretty darn good. That just goes to show how good it blends out. So next I'll be going in with my crown brush and I'm just going to blend out over the edges before we go in with the next shade. So now I'm going to be going in with my NYX glitter glue and I'll be putting that on the back of my hand like so. And I'm going to take my Royal and Langnickel medium eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to dip it in there like so. Kind of getting a good amount of product on my brush. I like to kind of pack on the glue. And one eye at a time, I'm going to be putting this glue over the Out the Other shade that we just applied. So now I'll be dipping into Quirky. And I'll be using, again, my Deluxe brush by Unique that I used to pack on the Out the Other shade to my lid. So that is how it looks with the glitter glue. I really love the color payoff. So if you don't have Fix Plus or a setting spray to help with setting and making the shadow vibrant, definitely get the NYX glitter glue. I'll leave a price right here. I'm not too sure how much it is at the top of my head, but I'll leave a price right here if you're curious. I know it's not very much. It's very inexpensive. That's why I love NYX, because their products are affordable yet great, especially their lipsticks. Anyway, so I was just about to do the other eye, and instead of picking up my glitter glue, I almost picked up my lash glue. That would have been a sight to see. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a lot more fallout on my face doing this tutorial than I did the tutorial on Sunday's video, but that's fine. But yeah, definitely, I didn't use Quirky in Sunday's video, so Quirky definitely has fallout for sure. So now I'm just gonna dip into the shade Oddball, and taking my Unique crease brush, Taking my Unique crease brush, I'm going to dip into that shade and I'm going to cover up any harsh edges that the Quirky shade has made. And then taking my crown brush again, I'm just going to blend it out. Blend all the colors into one. Okay, so that's it for the eyes for now. So now we'll get going with the face. So for primer today, I'm going to be using my FENTI Beauty Primer. I really like this primer, even though it smells like sunscreen. It's a good primer. And speaking of Fenty Beauty, I guess Rihanna's last name is Fenty? That's news to me. I saw it on Twitter. That's just what I saw. Don't know if it's the truth, but yeah, her last name is Fenty. Never would have guessed. So sticking with the Fenty line, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Foundation, and this is in the shade 130. Okay, I had to reposition myself differently because lately I've been filming around the same time. Right now it's 4:22 and the sun is kind of like starting to slightly set and it peeks through my windows and hits my face. So I just positioned myself so that won't be happening. If it is, it's very subtle, so sorry. Anyways, I'm just gonna shake my foundation really quick. And with my usual IT Cosmetics number 206 Buffing Mineral Powder brush, I'll just blend it out. Okay, I'm gonna build it up a little more. Only downside about this foundation, if you want full coverage, you definitely have to like build it up for sure. I'm just gonna mix these two color correctors right here. It's from the IT Cosmetics palette. And I'm gonna put that in my under eye. In my under eye. I meant put that on my under eye. And then before concealer, I'm just gonna use my Cocoa Powder foundation, and this is in the shade Light by Too Faced, and I'll be setting around my face. I know that sounds weird, but I'm weird. Now for concealer, I'm gonna be using the Instant Age Rewind concealer by Maybelline. And with my Real Techniques sponge, I'll just blend it out. To set that, I'll be using my Born This Way setting powder by Too Faced. Can't get enough of this powder. I feel like that's all I freaking use anymore. I'll just put that on my under eye, and then everywhere else I applied my concealer. And with my crown brush, damn! With my crown brush, I'll just sweep the excess away. And for bronzer, I'm gonna be dipping into my Sweet Peach Glow palette, and I'm gonna be using this bronzer shade in the palette right here. I'll be using my Madison Miller M01 Fluffy Powder Brush to do that. And for blush, I'll be sticking with this palette, and I'm gonna be using this blush right in the middle. And I'll be applying that with my IBY Beauty blush brush. And I'll blend my bronzer and my blush out with my e.l.f. Fluffy brush. So off camera, I'm just gonna fill in my brows, and I will be right back. Okay, the look is coming together. I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. Oh, that's not in. So my brows are looking a little dark today because I used my brow powder by IT Cosmetics for the first time in a long time, and I feel like I just can't control myself when I press, because this is in the shade Universal, so I just press a little too hard, but it's fine. It should be okay. It's gonna be okay. Could be worse. Okay, back in. Oh my gosh. Oh, my palette walked away for a second. So I'm gonna be dipping back into the Laura Lee palette. So we'll start with the transition shade and work our way up to the dark shade. I'll be going in with Balm Diggity, then I'll be going in with Kooky. I think I want to mix Oddball and Out the Other together. So I'm gonna be using my Luxie 221 flat definer brush, and we'll go ahead and start with the lightest shade, Balm Diggity. Okay, really? Dogs barking? If it's not kids playing outside, it's dogs barking when I'm filming. Okay, next, Kooky. And then Oddball, the black shade. Then with my Elizabeth Mott brush, I'll just blend it out. So for my last and final shade with this palette, I'm going to be going in with Okie Dokie, and I'll be highlighting the brow bone with that. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Close Up Lash Liner by Tarte. And to set the face, while I'm shaking it, I'm going to be using the Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray by Too Faced. Finish shaking it. Don't want any white spots on my face. And while that dries, I'll explain what I'm using for highlight. So I'll be dipping into my custom ITTSE palette. Got it in an ITTSE offer, and there's a few highlighting shades in there. So I'm just going to pick up the shade Run the World, and I'm just going to highlight with this beautiful shade. And I'll be using my IT Cosmetics highlight brush to apply it. And I'll just very lightly blend that just so there won't be like a line. Really? Now we've got a motorcycle creeping up on our video. Sounds like my neighbor. What's new? Dude! I'm gonna curl the lashes really quick while that stupid motorcycle is running. And to coat the lashes today, I'll be using my Too Faced Lash Injection Mascara. Before I forget, I'm going to put some peach blur on my face. And I'll be using my IT Cosmetics All Over Powder Brush to apply that. For lashes, I'll be using the Glamour Lashes by Ardell. Okay, so while that dries, we're gonna go ahead and move on to lips. I'm gonna be using the Meet Matte Hues lipstick by the Balm, and this is in the shade Charming. Alright y'all, that completes my purple smoky look tutorial using Laura Lee's new palette. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in my next video.